We all have heard that the house always wins. In most of the cases, this is true. But there is one table in the casinos where you can use the odds to make a lot of money instead of throwing all your money away. If you have been to Las Vegas, this is a table in which people gather around, having a lot of fun, showing a lot of emotion, people screaming and yelling, having a good time. But a lot of people don't like to play this game because they think it's too complicated to understand. The game that I'm going to introduce you today is called Craps. I'm going to show you the basic rules and why it's the easiest way to make money in a casino. First of all, we need to identify the table. Craps table, it's an oval table which has mirror images of the bets that you can place on each side. The table can hold up to 20 shooters or players, 10 in each side. The shooters will take turns throwing the dice from left to right. First, the dealer will hand the dice to the shooter, 5 of them at the time. The shooter will only pick 2, and the shooter needs to throw the dice to the other side of the table to make it a valid throw. The way to place your bet in the table is, first of all, you need to decide if you're going to make a pass line or a do not pass line, which is right here. If you decide to bet a pass line, after the first throw, which is called the come out, if you throw a 7, 11, then you will win. But if you throw a 3, a 2, or a 12, then you will lose your money. After the come out, if you throw anything else, let's say a 4, then that's called a point. And you will have to continue throwing dice until another 4 comes up, in which case you will win. But if a 7 comes up before your 4 comes up, then you will lose all your money on the table. If you decide to bet on do not pass, it's the completely opposite of the pass line. You will lose when you will win in the pass line, and the other way around. There are a lot of ways that you can make bets on the craps table. But the most simple ways to do a bet, it's the field, which is right here. If you bet to the field, you're betting that you will show up a 2, a 3, a 4, a 9, a 10, a 11, or a 12. If any of these numbers show up, then you will win. But if it don't, then you will lose your money. The field bet, it's only good for 1 throw. You can also bet to over or under 7. If you bet to over, you're betting the number that is going to show up is going to be bigger than 7. If you bet to under, you're betting for the number that will show up will be lower than 7. But once again, if the 7 shows up, the house wins. These are the basic bets that you can make on each side of the table. There is also a middle part of the table, which is called the position bets. These bets are harder to win, but if you win one of those, you will make a lot of money. In the proposition bets, you're betting to one exact combination of the dice to appear, and it's only good for 1 throw. I haven't done a lot of gambling, but the one time that I went to Vegas, I spent about an hour in the craps table and made myself about $300 using the strategy that I'm about to explain. First of all, you need to start by putting your money or your bet in the pass line. Then, if a 6 or an 8 comes up, then you will, let's say for example, if 6 comes up, then you will have the 6 covered with your pass line bet. And then you will put your bet on you will put extra money on the 8, so you will have the 8 and the 6 covered. And the only way that you can lose is if a 7 comes up. And if a 6 or an 8 comes up, then you will start making money. it's more likely for the dice to be thrown as an 8 or a 6 rather than a 7 for the next reason. Because we're only throwing 2 dice at a time, each dice with 6 sides, that gives us a total of only 36 combinations of different numbers that will show up with the dice. There's only one chance that you will come up with a 2 or a 12. There are 2 chances that will show up a 3 or an 11. There are 3 chances that will show up a 4 or a 9. There are 5 chances that you will get a 6 or an 8. And there's 6 chances that you will get at a 7. For this reason, the house always wins with a 7, because it's the easiest, is the more likely number to come up. But if you have the bets on the 6 and the 8, that means that it's more likely for you, because you will have the 5 of the 6, the 5 of the 8, that will come up for a total of 10 out of 36. And you're going against the 6 out of 36 that the house have. That is why it's more likely for you to win than lose if you place that bet. But once again, this is not a bulletproof strategy. You can always lose when playing craps. But if you're already planning to do a little gambling in a casino, why do you go to a gambling machine which will take all your money away? Why do you rather go with using a strategy that you're more likely to make money? And as Paul Newman said on the movie The Color of Money, money is twice as sweet as money earned.